always tell myself, well, just have your own thoughts. You don't gotta post everything you're thinking. But sometimes I just get this notion that I want to post it anyway. Um, what was I just thinking? We all are kind of jumping the gun. Everyone, most of us believe we know what we want and what's going on. But we're all kind of too early. When no one realizes that they're already right where exactly where they need to be. Everyone's kind of jumping the gun a little bit too early up into where they think they should be. And so it causes, like, for lack of better term, different variances of anxiety in you, from just whatever to whatever you want to take with that. And it's like someone kind of riding their bike, but their brake hand is riding that brake, right? And so they're kind of getting where they're going, but it's taking forever, and lots of smoke everywhere, and shit's breaking down, but they're getting where they're going, so that's because they're just a little too, they're thinking where you should be, and this is just one way to define it, thinking where you should be. Bam. That automatically tells me you have a belief system that you should be somewhere else, that you're not doing as good as you should be. And we all know beliefs are very, very, very important. So as soon as you think you're looking ahead, well, when am I going to get this? I should be here. This or that, bang, bang, boom. And it could be any other reasons or things I'm not describing. That's just one aspect, one way you could get this kind of feeling. But in reality, you're exactly where, and even so exactly where you need to be. The fact that you're having anxiety about the future is exactly where you need to be. It's kind of paradoxically weird like that, But you could take your hand off the brake by realizing that. And so it's like the only thing that can send the electrical signal to that hand these days to take it off that brake is enough life experience to show you that you really are always in the right place at the right time. You can't just force yourself to take the hand off the brake. Maybe some people can. I had to prove it to myself, and the life experience was the kicker that charged that hand and was like, okay, hindsight has told me again and again and again, what am I going to just fucking believe it by now? I mean, it keeps showing me. And so eventually you do break down. It's almost like an analogy. You're decalcifying that fucking pineal gland. You finally break down. All this shit falls away. And now you believe, finally. And it takes a little while. Anyway. We're ahead of ourselves. We're just ahead of ourselves a little bit. And so we trip ourselves up. It's really not as big as deal as it makes it out. It just seems like a big deal because we're down here and we forget who we are and you got all this shit happening to you. It's really not a big deal. So everyone's riding around with their hand on the brakes. But the paradox of that is if you are riding around with your hand on the brakes, then you need to be riding around with your hand on the brakes. There's something that you are going through, needing to learn, wanting to experience. There's something that's causing you to not figure it out right now, or to still thinking ahead and live in anxiety. There's something, and that's where you need to be. It's where you need to be. If I could just say words like that and then fucking inject them into your skull, and then now you believe them, then your life would fucking change. But that's not how it works. You have free will, free choice. We love that, and it's not going away. And so you have to make kind of the end game. You are always the last gatekeeper. You. And sometimes the last gatekeeper is drunk with a locked gate, and he's just sitting there drunk as shit. It's knocked out, asleep. Or the last gatekeeper is aware. The last gatekeeper, sometimes it's just your belief system that's the last gatekeeper, or the second to last gatekeeper. You have to get those shits out of the way before you can even become the last gatekeeper. But anyway, just slow down. Realize we're getting the belief that you are exactly in the right place at the right time. That is the belief to cultivate. If you can get that as a real belief, so many other things will just start to fall into place for you. Because think about that belief. You're always in the right place at the right time. That's a pretty good belief to have. And if you believe that your beliefs create your reality, that's a great belief to have. Always in the right place at the right time. Now, the only thing better than that is knowing that you're always in the right place at the right time. What good is it, really? I mean, it's still good, but if you don't know. If you're in the right place at the right time, but you don't know, that is a platform, an environment that could build anxiety. Because you're in the right place at the right time, but since you don't know, you can kind of pinch yourself off by thinking, well, what if this? What if that? Why is this? Right? And but you're always in the right place at the right time. You really are. And then when you know it, that's the kicker. That will help grease things up for you. But you need your life experience to show you. You can't just click over. You can't just take one belief system and be like, here's the next belief system. It doesn't work that way. The same way, I don't know, you put something in the microwave and it doesn't come out 1 second done. It just doesn't work that way. It just doesn't work that way. Usually when things don't work a certain way, it's completely evident to you visually or experientially right there simply. This is how it works. Ball rolls down the hill. That's how it works. Look at it. Yep, see? Prove me wrong. Put that ball on top of that hill. Watch it roll down 1,000,000 times, every single time. So that's the truth, right? Apparently there could be realities where balls don't roll down hills. We are just not creating that kind of thing. We can create anything. So you get to a point where it's like, why are we even talking about anything? Why do we even want to talk about it, try to explain it? If we never started, never began, and we're just doing this thing here, this dance, do we really need to explain it? Or when will we progress to the point of not needing to explain ourselves? Is a thing, I think. Not needing to explain how we exist, why we exist. We've come to a knowing that's high enough that seems like a relevant, kind of redundant, trivial, not important thing. It's like, why are we even talking? Like, it's like if I don't know, if humans were walking around, but they had to kind of vocalize their balance. Like, you think of a baby learning to walk. Well, I'm falling over now. I cut my balance. I'm leaning this way. Humans are doing that, and they had to vocalize. Well, I'm in perfect balance right now, and I'm walking. This is redundant. You don't need to do it. So you don't need to figure out why we are here or what. We were always here. We didn't emerge from anything, kind of thing. So it's just like it's like a thing. It's like a non-thing. Like we've passed that already. But I guess there are portions of us that aren't past that. I guess the whole does not rise all at the same time. Or maybe it can, but we're choosing not to have a fun time. I guess if in the whole totality of it, there really is no rising or falling or any of that. If it's all that is, one thing, no outside, no beginning, no end. That's the kicker. Can you get your mind behind that? Can you stand behind that? No beginning. There was no beginning. Why was there no beginning? Because we were always here. So no beginning implies no end. You kind of have to start something to end it, right? What are you going to end a non-existence that's already non-existent? What are you going to see to even end? It's no beginning, no end. That implies forever. We can get your minds around that. Not have that a foreign, crazy, weird, fearful thing, or like I just can't imagine it. The Big Bang Theory is what happens when the best minds try to imagine it. And then they're like, well, something's wrong. Something's off. It must Big Bang and then retract and Big Bang and retract and Big Bang. Well, that's called forever, and you're just trying to figure it out, but you're doing it in a convoluted way. Or they're like, well, there must be infinite Big Bangs happening all the time. Well, yeah, you're getting closer. You're getting closer. No beginning, no end implies forever. That is us. I guess non-existence can be forever. But it's not. I mean, if you don't exist, is it really? There's not teeth to bite into forever? I don't even think that's even a thing still if we're non-existent. Besides, everything that doesn't exist is already in non-existent. That's a weird thing to think about, non-existent. You can't think of it, really. Anything you're thinking of is existing now because you're fucking thinking of it. So it's kind of like something you can't cross over. Or can't cross over yet. That'd be hard to know. No beginning, no end. We are forever. Existence, experience, happenings. Everything that can and will exist already exists. End of story. That's not a limiting thing. That's not a limiting thought. Look what we're doing. How are we limited? All this shit happening. I don't think that's limited. It seems abundant. Every grain of sand getting pushed around by the insects. Every landing of a bird on a tree rustling and the water droplet fall all happening at the same time as me talking right now. And then all the organisms inside. Have you seen the microscopic or the quantum level depictions of what the smallest machinery like aspects of our body are? It just looks crazy. It's just another world in there. All happening at the same time. It's not limited that we never began, never started, or forever, and that everything that exists already exists. You might think that's limited because we can't think of anything new. That's not really how it works. You kind of got the concept a little wrong. We're all that is. No outside. And we're doing all this. So everything that exists is already existing. There must be some kind of magnitude of existing things that is so large that you might as well say it doesn't end and doesn't begin. So that's pure abundance. We could just do anything we can imagine. And if we can imagine it, it exists already. Ooh, it's paradox. I love it. I love it. I fucking love it. So lighten up, have fun, realize this is a fucking game. We're out here just having fun. And part of the initiation of this cool ass thing we're doing is forgetting who you are. Forgetting completely, like forgetting. Coming down here and just having a real, raw, real life that can't be experienced otherwise because we have to be able to get ourselves to forget to experience. And this is our way of doing it. And it's so cool. And then we get to see all the other people who are still asleep, and it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. And we're knowing that we're all working together. Even if there's like the bad things happening, you have a thought process past that. If you're worrying about wars, that'll be the macro, or like a fucking earth blowing up or the sun dying, or you're worried about your wife cheating on you, you're fucking the boys behind your back, you're fucking kissing your wife and just had some ball sacks on the face or something like that you don't know about. If you're worried about someone stealing something from you, taking your job, or whatever, that's local stuff, not macro. It's all that stuff just falls away. Just pals. What is that stuff compared to we never began, we never started, we create our own reality. All this whole existence is even not take all that away. What is all that against just the mysterious mystery of existence? It's nothing. Lighten up. There's obviously something different going on here than when you thought. Lighten up. But someone just telling you lighten up is like, depending on where you're at, might make you just want to punch them in the face. It depends where you're at in your journey. So, it's like, why even talk about it? Then you got the people who don't talk. They just stay silent. Maybe they're on to something. There's tribes that just stay silent and they don't talk. Like talking is going out. Like talking is going to be out of style soon. Kind of thing. So it's hard to get your mind around. No beginning, no end. We are forget. It's also hard to get your mind around Because your mind likes talking and figuring and moving and jostling and this and that and weighing hookah punch boo, right? It's hard to get your mind around just silence being more efficient and better for your life. It can't be. It can't be. It's almost, it's not making no sense. We had to start. Same kind of thing. We had to start. It had to be a start. Does it? What do you know? What do you know? That is hubris. Thinking you know so much that you know it's got to be. I could say the same thing about me. Hubris. I'm thinking I know. But I don't know. When you're coming from a place of eternal knowing, internal knowing, is what I meant to say. Well, I guess eternal too. It hits a little differently. And I do know. And people don't like that. They don't like someone who says it right in their face. No, they know it's this way. And you'll figure it out eventually, and it's not a big deal. They don't like that. Because they know they don't know. And they like a person that says, well, none of us really has the answer. They like that, because that's kind of politically correct. And they don't like someone saying, no, bitches, I fucking know what's going on. And other people do too. You just don't. And so the masses of just don'ts like that phrase. Well, no one really knows. Because, that's comforting. Put the blanket over me, tuck me in. No one really knows what's going on. Yeah, tuck me in good. Rip that blanket off. Some people know what's going on. And you just don't know. When are you going to figure it out? Kind of thing, But it's not serious, so don't get afraid. Don't hit the brakes. Belief systems change. That's how you change your fate. Never began, we never ended. So what is all this seriousness about? That takes the cake. Anything that's happening. No matter what kind of trauma you got in yourself and what level of existence you're on, from complete pain and anguish all the way to sublime bliss, to figuring out everything about everything. Whatever you think you're on. Doesn't matter. Because we don't end and we never started that. Why would it matter then? We can divide ourselves and still be whole and have individual experiences and forget who we are, yet still retain our whole within us forever, so we never can get truly lost, but we can have grand games. It's almost like if everything is always working perfectly, then we can take our existence, everything we just talked about, everything that exists, take that out the window. Don't even talk about that. Even without that, if there's other existences out there that's happening, they're working perfectly too. Everything works perfectly for itself. That's a key thing of it. I don't want to say the existence, even maybe before existence. The platform it works perfectly. So in our version of existence, everything's going to work perfectly. We're going to have just the experience we need to not only house all of our fun for being an infinite being and growth and just, I don't know, it just works. It just fucking works. And you're always in the right place at the right time. But the fact that you can feel like you're not is the thing we love and cherish, because, oh God, it would be boring without that shit. We never started, we never began. Imagine boredom and it never started, never began. Now. True torture. We can forget ourselves, we can split, we can grow, we can change, we can imagine, we can become more. But if it's out there for us to become, it's already. It's like we go out ahead of ourselves, because we're the only thing. There's no outside. Think of it like an inchworm, how it stretches out, and then it crunches his booty up close to his face, and then it stretches out, and then it crunches his booty up close to. We're the booty. All right? We're the booty. And the other part of us, which is just us, same booty, really, but the other part of us is the face stretching out ahead of us. And that is everything that you can imagine. Right? And then the booty catches up, depending on whatever factors, belief system, or doesn't stretch, or doesn't catch up, and you get a one long ass fucking caterpillar with the head region becoming big and pregnant of everything that exists, everything you can imagine. Inch that booty up. And then when it's closed, maybe there's new things, like you imagine new ways and stuff, right? But you're going out ahead of yourself and saying, there it goes, and then catching up to it. It already exists out ahead of you. Maybe the point where the booty catches up and you're about to change to a new whatever, Is that the point where new thought is a thing? And then boom, it goes out ahead of you. Now it exists forever. All right, now it's all out there, and we catch up. I don't know. Is there ever a point, or is it always out there? We like figuring ourselves out. So, of course, since everything works perfectly, we would set up with this kind of thing where we get so many ways to figure ourselves out. We like progress, so of course we set up with this. We like forgetting it so that we're not bored. Of course, we set up for this. We like physicality and realness and raw and color and groups and beings. We just like it all. So of course we would have this kind of thing going on. Now it could be other existence anywhere. People don't think about this, or there's not people. It's just something else, and that's what they like, and theirs works perfectly for them too. And maybe they don't know it, or maybe they do. But take those both two things, and really it's both one, even though they're having something we can't even imagine. And then that's just two, but it goes out in infinite directions, right? Infinite things, us and them that we can't imagine their realities, works out perfect for each of us, and that goes out infinite. There's a million of everywhere, and then that whole thing does somewhere outside, and that's us. It's not outside. It's still us. It's like we always go out ahead of ourselves. Dog chase your tail. You never catch it. You keep zooming down into your microscope. You keep finding more things. Keep zooming up into the macro. Keep finding more things. There's no ending. You're just exploring yourself from different perspectives. 1953. The dinosaurs. Different perspective of the same thing that's been going on forever, because it's never ended and it's never stopped. Because that is not a thing. That's only a thing in our games that we play within the thing that never began. And all of this is just all this, wormholes and time bubbles and fabric of reality and quarks and interstellar objects traveling on their trajectories and blah, blah, and like cheating, malice, love, greasy axle grease, regret, lust, fun, fucking the insides of a beetle, all of it. Different perspective of the whole thing. Us. Booty catching up to face. Face running away from booty. It's like real life. I'm so honored to be able to sit out here under the trees by myself pretty much in my bus. I feel the energy. I come home from work and I can feel it when I get close to the trees. Me and the trees around this area we kind of linked energies. I can feel relief just when I get 500 meters away from getting, I can just I feel it already. I'm so fortunate to be here and be able to just think about life and have my little oranges and have my food and have a place to piss and a roof over my head. And I built it. So fortunate to decided to live a different way, and it works out. So fortunate that it's taught me a lot about myself. I need that my whole life. I've been eating 80% too much food and drinking way not enough water. I think we're more like a battery, and we need to be filled up with a lot of water down there, not a bunch of fucking food. But you'll figure that out. So fortunate. I just look at this place I built, and I appreciate how it just came together. I took something that already existed and changed it and morphed it, because everything always exists. There's no beginning, no end. Into my own space. And now my own space is populated and surrounded by these huge trees. And we're just sitting here, just having our own time, having a fucking good time. It's quiet. I'm energized. I feel good. I like my job. Who can say that? I like my job. Who can say that? Lots of people say that, but I'm just saying. I'm healthy. I haven't been sick in forever. My body is rippling and beautiful. And it's going to get more beautiful because I'm actually starting to work out now. I've been really working out. I do a little bit of push-ups, a little bit of pull-ups, a little bit of sit-ups. Just to make sure that the stuff, because when I worked out heavy, I was by more like 180 to I never reached 200 to 195 pounds. And I was working out to learn to trick, to flip around and stuff. So I was just doing like 500 squats and doing like just jumping and touching as high as I can over and over again. And that's, anyone who does burpees or jumping knows that's fucking exercise. I would lift weights like crazy. I would watch. Then I got into fighting, and I would watch Hajime no Ippo. It's an anime, and I would get amped up and just run for miles, fucking sweat, being fucking in the fucking gym, just going crazy, working out like a fucking beast. And that has set me up for my whole life. See how it worked out for me? It wasn't for the fighting, the MMA. It wasn't for the tricking. It was for now that I lost all this weight and started eating right and came into my full self, that this body I built was under here. And I do a little bit of push-ups, a little bit of sit-ups every now and then. And it got to the point where I would do like 20 push-ups a month. A month. And forget, that was maybe 2 years ago. Just, I was like, I gotta do something. I don't want to, but now I've started to do at least 25 push-ups a day. And I can do a lot more, but it's just kind of like, I want to set the momentum going. You got to start small. I mean, just do 10 push-ups a day. I could do that. Because your mind would be like, it's just 10 push-ups. Just fucking do it. It takes 10 seconds. You know what I mean? Or less than 10 seconds. And eventually that turns into 25. But you don't rush it. And eventually you're doing 50 push-ups a day. 75 push-ups a day. 100 push-ups a day. And it's nothing because you started small. But right now now I'm starting to work out. I'm watching these lovely, lovely, beautiful ladies working out on my reels. And it's showing the passion, and it's just something about it. I just fucking love it. Plus they're fucking sexy. But they're giving me inspirations to get back to it and actually work out. So you think I'm sexy now? This is someone who really doesn't work out. I'm about to start. Because I'm building a pull-up bar for inside the bus so I can do it inside here. Anyway, because they're inspiring me. They're like, because I know I look good. Ugh. And I know how to work out because I did it years and years and years ago. This is where I got this body now. And I lost all this weight. It's just rippling through. I mean, you could tell by looking at my body that I was working out. And it didn't go away. It was right under there. Acorn or something just fell on my roof. But so we're about to see some shit this year, 2026. Fuck. I feel like right now, I feel just like I'm about to I feel like I just gonna explode into awesomeness. I'm just getting started. Tip of the iceberg. Kind of feeling. Just getting started. It's like, I feel like there might be people jealous of me, and I don't have much of anything. They probably have more than me, and they're jealous of me. Why? Because I have the energy. I figured it out. And they can figure it out too. Depending on where they're at, it might take 20 years. Took me damn near close to that. And my time has gotten off. Like, that's why I say, gotten this 10, 12, 15 years ago, I don't even know. Time is starting. I don't pay attention to that shit. Days of the week, I don't pay attention. Really? Don't pay attention. Except for when I need to know it. And I always kind of been that way. And people will look at, well, he's just aloof. He's just kind of naive and just bumping along, But it kind of worked out for me. And now I'm that way more deliberately. But not like forcing it. It grew deliberately, that way. So I'm so fortunate. And what I'm doing now is when I'm really feeling the appreciation for where I'm at, I'm really egging it up and basking in it and making it longer than it needs to be, as long as I'm really feeling it. And sometimes when you're really aware, you can tell when it's waning, that authentic feeling of appreciation. And you can get it back just by looking around. And you can get it back. Right? I'm doing it right now. And I'm making that I'm basking in it, making it as long as possible. Why? Because your now moment is all you have. Never started, never beginning. Never started, never ended. And I'm filling it up with what? Feeling good and appreciation. For at least some minutes now. Right? My now has just been that. And that makes sure that the potential for more now moments, it makes it seem like time, but we gotta talk about it, so we gotta string it out, will be more evident, or it will have more chance of coming in and staying longer. and coming in, and before you know it, you realize your now moment is mostly feeling appreciative, feeling fun, feeling excited, feeling good, feeling interested. All these things, you can think of a million of them. And less feeling annoyed, angry, regretful, sad, whatever. You still dip into these, but they're just kind of fuel for your fire. You just dip a little bit and come back up. You don't live there and make a life out of it. Although that is a version of experience that some people are into. We're varied beings. We like sometimes, although someone who's been around forever, never started, never ended, might like to get into a life where just shit's just going wrong, rough and ragged, and then they come out of it like, man, I needed that. You know what I mean? You don't know. What the fuck? Get the fuck. Get the fuck. You don't know. Maybe you do. I don't know. So I just cemented that in for me, that I'm going to have more now moments now of true appreciation. Now, say you're faking it. And you know this stuff is kind of, you got an inkling this stuff is real, but you don't really there yet. And you're faking it. You're fake appreciation. You know, I love this, writing it down. And you're not really feeling it. It's better than nothing because it's action of intention. But it will get you going eventually in the right direction. But you could get stuck at creating your no more now moments of faking it. You're faking it. You fill up your now moment with faking it. So now there's more potential for more of that kind of thing. You got to watch it. You suck dicks all day, you're filling up your moments, you're going to just be sucking dicks all day. Right? I don't mean to be rude or lewd, but I just like, it just comes out that way sometimes. Like, you got to explain it in a way that kind of takes people by surprise sometimes. You know? It works. It's a teaching tool, I think. I mean, whatever. What do I know? Fucking out a lot. That's no good. Now, after all this talking, I get a slight feeling of hunger coming in. And I'm wondering, do I eat this orange that I was going to eat like 10 hours ago when I was hungry, but I fell to sleep instead and then I felt fine? Or do I wait this cycle out and wait for it to return again? Eventually, you got to make that decision where you're gonna let it settle. You know, I don't think I'm gonna eat it yet. I think this hunger feeling is already going away, and I'm gonna let it cycle back around. So what's happened is I'm gonna stop feeling hungry in about, I don't know, a couple minutes, and I'll start feeling normal again. And I'll say, oh, I'm glad I did that. And then maybe an hour from now, 30 minutes from now, 2 hours from now, the hunger will come back. I'm like, will I eat it this time? Or will I let it cycle through? And you gotta have that discernment for yourself. My stomach's making noises now. This is new development. I may decide to honor my body and eat the orange now. And no, this is not something I'm going over my head like this. This is just when I'm talking to you. This is just instant. It's just natural happening. I'm just trying to string it out to explain to you. I'm not in my head thinking like this. That would be detrimental. Well, it's just a quick thing. I still think we're going to cycle it through. We're going to cycle through and see how it goes. Worst things worse, the hunger goes away and then it just comes back extra strong and then I'll eat the fucking orange. You know? You're just proving to yourself that you're not chained. You're not going to become some fat lard sitting on the couch rooted to the chair watching CNN all day, you know? Not going to happen. Proving to yourself that all your life you needed less food and didn't even know it. You operated fine. I never fat. No one would ever call me fat. But I did weigh 195 just getting out of high school. No one would ever call me fat. I just looked like a normal person who's somewhat athletic. You know? But I was fat. That's the wrong word. I was not fat. But you know what I mean? I was not good for me. I was overweight. That's might as well say fat. I don't like these because I have people think of certain things when you say that. It's not bad, but you know, I just wasn't efficiently running whole life. So let me run through what I ate yesterday. I go into work. I'm usually going to work pretty early in the morning, right? And then hours before that, I might have. This is the time I might have an orange or 2 oranges or 4 oranges or something, a banana, depending. Maybe a Pop-Tart, or maybe not. Like this time is a lot less. I think I've had an orange I came out. Anyway, I go to work and I'm trying to eat less sugar, but I'll have like 2 Pop-Tarts, 2 of these little biscuit cookies, maybe grape juice, or cranberry juice or something like that. Gummy bears if I don't fight the urge. I'm trying not to I'm just letting it happen if I feel the urge. Um, and then some days I'll, eat something a little more meatier, like a small bag of beef jerky, not this like the Slim Jim type, so it doesn't really matter. But I'm just telling you what I'm eating, that's the whole day. 2 Pop-Tarts, maybe a fruit cup of pineapple, it's just things that work, to have it work, and a Nature Valley bar, 2 Nature Valley bars. And then sometimes it's maybe a little more, a little less. More, sometimes a lot more. It fluctuates, but it's vaguely what I eat the whole day, and then I come home and I have oranges and bananas waiting for me. Or I'll pick some up on the way home. On apples. And if I'm hungry, I try not to eat right when I get home. Usually I'm not hungry. Usually I feel drained, and I'm like, all right, I just need to lay down. Even though I want to play Rocket League, I want to make music, I kind of want to do this stuff, but I'm like, no, I don't really want to, because my body feels a little off. I'm just going to lay down. Usually an hour goes by, 2 hours go by. I don't have to sleep, and that's enough. And then I'm back good. And then maybe I'll think about eating one of those oranges. 2 of those oranges, 4 of those oranges. And then maybe I'll have like a thing of fish, like a can of tuna or something, That's the whole day, 2 days almost. While before, 4 big Slim Jims, 2 burgers, some fried chicken, 2 bags of gummy bears. This is all before, this is all in a couple hours, this is years ago, all in a couple hours. I never got fat or anything, but just how much I was eating compared to what I'm eating now. It's gotta be like 80% less than what I used to eat. And I have more energy. More energy. I feel lighter. I feel more like I'm really close to the field. Like I'm so light, like I'm just part of the field. Like I'm not a gross, dense thing. The more you do it like that, I'm starting to feel hungry now. I've realized talking, thinking about talking, and then just going, it can cause you to be hungry. So now it came back fast. And it's just a slight tinge, like the full hunger might be coming soon, but it's very slight. Catching it early. I'm still not going to eat. What time is it? I might change my mind when I see what time it is. 1 a.m. Part of the golden hours. Oh, I love these hours. It's dark. The trees are going. All right, so now here's my thought process. It keeps coming in my head. Imagining an orange. Slight hunger, very, very slight. You might even call it hunger. But I keep thinking of it as I'm talking. So now I'm going to go get the orange. Like it's interrupting my regularness. It wasn't quite before. And it just came in like 3 times in a row. So I'm going to go eat the orange now. That's hard to decide that. I call that honoring the body and paying attention to how you feel. Because if it didn't kept coming up, I would have just let the cycle run back. I would have just kept talking. I wouldn't have been cut off. Like thinking about this fucking orange. And then behind that, I kept focusing on the hunger. Like I couldn't. And there's barely any hunger. It's not like I'm not really. You know what I mean? But anyway. So I decided. Could have went either way. But this is telling me this is the right time here for it. I like to split them right in half. Let me try. Oh my god. I could have had this exact same orange 10 years ago while I was eating so much food. It wouldn't have tasted as good. Not even close. But this is another benefit from not eating so much food. You can really appreciate it, and it tastes so fucking good. You gotta be careful, because once you break the seal and you start eating, once this orange is gone out of my hand, I'm gonna feel like I want more. Even if I don't want more, or I do. It doesn't matter. The momentum is you're gonna feel like you want more as soon as it's out of your hand. When it's in your hand, you're good. You got it. You can eat it when you want. It's right here. So when you put it in your mouth and you eat it, you're gonna want more. The urge to fight is not to go get another one. Wait 10, 15 minutes. but your hunger probably goes away. But you don't. You go get another one. This is the bag of the chips. Hand it the chips, you know? You don't need to. So wait. Wait. Even I just ate half of it. I could wait and put this up. And a hunger would, it's already going away. Normal human would have had a lot more than this. I shouldn't say normal human. I think of myself as a normal human, and everyone else is a little off kilter. You have to correct that right away. That's another benefit of it. You can really appreciate it when you're eating it because it just tastes so fucking good when you got your eating habits cycled down. Oh my fucking god. Ugh. It's almost like you want to chew slower because you don't want to swallow it too soon. And this is how it's supposed to be normally, but we've been fucking artilleried with so much shit. We're overstimulated, overeat, over this, over that, so we lost our sensibility to how beautiful it really is, how appreciative it is to eat an orange, how perfect a thing is an orange for us. Not a bag of gummy bears, but they're perfect too. This is my attitude of not, because I've been trying to get off the sugar, but in order to do that, if I decide to have 2 bags of gummy bears tomorrow, I don't feel bad about it. I don't do that anymore. I'm like, it's what needed to happen. And with that attitude, I realize I don't need it as much anymore. The urge to get them, it wanes. It just wanes. When you stop beating up yourself about it, And now I did that with alcohol too. Am I drinking less this month than I drank last month? Even if it's just by 1 beer. Yes? Then don't fucking worry about it. Alright? Don't fucking worry about it. And that basically would move to, did I drink less today than I drank yesterday? Or maybe it started with the day and then moved to the month and moved to the longer one. I think it did. Did I drink more today than I drink less? Or less today than I did yesterday? Less? Excellent. Move on. Don't feel guilty. And then more today? I drank a 6-pack more than I did yesterday? Okay. Acknowledge it. Don't beat yourself up about it. You beat yourself up about it, more chance you're going to do that again. You acknowledge it. Always in the right place at the right time. All right. Not what I preferred, but it had to happen that way, I'm sure. Next day, less today? Yes, by 1 beer, drink less? Keep it up the good work, my friend. And then this thought process has got me out of alcohol. And I was a drinker. Let me tell you, I think I have a high metabolism or I'm an alien or something, because not only could I just drink alcohol like crazy, Everclear. Those are the days. Jeez. Talk about blacking out and still running around doing shit. No one knows. Oh, maybe they know. Anyway, I got out of all that with that kind of thought process and other things, of course. Monsters. I must be an alien. I would drink so many monsters a day. Even people at work would be like, dude, you need to be studied. But I had a belief system that my belief system made it work. I didn't think the monsters were bad for you. Matter of fact, I knew I had lots of drinking over the years, and I looked up the B vitamins in there, and they're good for your liver. So I was like, this is what... And the other things in there had liver benefits too. So I was like, I think my monster craze after alcohol, I was using it, obviously, alcohol kind of coffee monster, so I was also using it as a crutch too. My new addictive can in the hand kind of thing. You know what I mean? But also, so many crazy stuff that were actually good for the liver was in these monsters. So I had to believe something that they were actually helping me out. So of course it's not going to be bad for me. But I weaned off of those too because I didn't like spending money on all the fucking monsters. And it was creating misbalance that I didn't even know in my sleeping schedule. And I might only sleep 2 hours, 3 hours a day, if that. And I don't think that's a bad thing. That's more natural. Or I'll take naps sporadically throughout the day. 30 minutes here, an hour here. But it still equates to about 2-3 hours, 4 hours tops a day. If 4 hours seems long. You know what I mean? And that's more natural cycle. And that's why I have more energy. That's why I'm always happy at work. And I'm always can fucking 4444 on the clock, by the way. Well, I just say I'm always happy at work. And it's, I eat 80% less food. I sleep 3 hours a day. And yeah, I'm outperforming everyone, and I'm not drinking monsters to stay stimulated. I'm not. It's easy, and I still have energy to do all this music every fucking day. I'm not pushing myself to do it. If I don't want to do it, I don't do it. I literally smoke weed and meditate, and either Rocket League or music comes to my mind. Like, it doesn't come to mind, it's like a feeling of doing it. Like, oh, I'm doing it. Or just staying there in the and staying, I don't like using the word meditate either. No. Just a normal human who's figured out how to be normal, how to be a real human, how humans were intended to be. Like a blueprint for the rest of you motherfuckers. You know? I'm telling you how it works. 8 hours a day. Fuck that shit. That's you still being trapped under the wrong calendar system kind of thing, you know? That's you learning to worship the gods of bread and grain. And waking up early in the morning to get the work done, you know what I mean? That's an old, outdated belief system that's taking a long time to pick out of our fucking teeth. God, and then I'm proud of myself too, getting out of all this shit. If you would have looked at my life 20 years ago, this randomly let you be able to slap into a random moment, you would have probably saw me in a random stranger's house at 4 a.m. in the morning, completely drunk, doing whatever. Or at Saddle Ridge cutting backflips, dancing the night away. That's another reason I could drink so much. I would drink so much, but I would dance the whole night. I mean, and I'd dance the whole night. I don't think I had any alcohol in my system when I got out there. I'd be sober a lot of times. Or if you jumped into my life 20 years ago, I'd be, who knows? I wasn't a bad person or anything. I was just caught up in life, just drunk and depressed and didn't know it, and I had myself turned around and didn't know it, didn't know all these things that I know now, and it's just how it happens. It's what happens. But here I am now, and I'm so proud of myself. It's almost like it was a natural blooming out of the mud. You can't even be proud of it, almost, because it's like it just happened naturally. It's like, what am I proud of? It's just, is the flower proud that it's blooming, or is it just natural? Either way, I'm proud, though. I'm really appreciative of where I've come from, how I used to think or not think. Oh my God. But it's so fun to look back on your changes. Like, man, that was me. But you see how it all was perfect for what you are now. Like, it all needed one whole thing. Free will. Free will. Choice. Very important. Very important. So now I realize that my feeling of appreciation, excitement has waned, and I'm like deciding to see if I can get it back. And here it comes. if you don't let it get too far, it's right there. And sometimes you could just think of a happy moment you had in your life, and if you got something like that you think about and it actually moves energy in you, keep that. Keep that as a thing, like in your back pocket. Always keep that. It might eventually not work for you anymore, but keep it as long as it does. Eventually, you just get to the point where you just use your focus and you can just conjure your feeling right back up. It's just like something you do, like moving your finger. So I've noticed that I can just, especially if I got myself in a segment of being really in the right mind, that I could just control the way I feel, my emotional state, like walking down the street. Like how I control my eyes. On a side note, I notice when I close my eyes and I imagine things, my eyes follow it, like I'm really looking at it. And like, wow, if I'm imagining an apple and I move my eyes, I can have it so the apple automatically moves with my eyes, and I can try to put some thought into it and keep the apple there and move my eyes, but it's weird, like it doesn't want to work. There's some link to that. I don't understand. Anyway, that came out of nowhere. getting the feeling back. When you're in these feelings, you tend to have better conversations. Thoughts come to you without trying to reach for them. The next sentence just comes right out of your mouth and you don't even have to think about it when you're feeling the feelings. It's like a complete kit. And that's what Bashar says. He's like, highest excitement. Following your highest excitement is like a complete kit. Focusing on your feelings is a complete kit. It houses everything you need to know. And while you're doing it, you'll be better in the flow. No matter if you're just talking to people through the internet or you're doing your job. So you always kind of have a floodlight focus on everything, but maybe a spotlight focus on your feeling body. And everything flows out. Or maybe just a floodlight focus on everything. Your feeling body too. You're focused on it. Watching the words just come out of your mouth. You don't even have to think about it. You're just doing your job, flowing. You move right, they move left. It all just works out while you are aligned. You don't have to reach for words. You don't have to. It just doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. You can just stay quiet the whole time. Why? Because you're connected. You're connected. I'm connecting myself right now. And I can feel it. I can feel it. And sometimes you get it. And it will make you feel really excited, almost manic, and that's a little too much. You're like getting electrocuted or something. You're like, I'll get it back down to I like to call it a relaxed electrified. It's a sweetness. You can be relaxed and still feel it. You don't gotta be, you can get that same feeling, but in a relaxed state. Sometimes it makes you want to shake your booty, like I'm doing that. Shaking my booty, it feels like wagging the tail of a dog. And I'm sure it's why they're doing it. They're feeling, just feeling good. And you get it back. And you get it back. See? You get it back. And you take this into your day. And it may last the moment your foot hits the floor of your room. It may last till lunchtime. It may last until right when you get off work. And you take a 3-hour nap. But you build it. You build it. You build it now when no one's around you. You build it now. You realize you let yourself realize it's possible. You can do it. And this is years of focusing though. You're just not gonna be able to do it. Now, the newer, younger people coming up probably will be able to just be like, hear what I'm saying, like, oh yeah, because they're coming up with that morphogenetic field backing them, behind them, with all the new ins and outs of how things are going in a intuitional way. While the old rigid fuckers are dying and coming in as the new guys. Oh, as the world turns, right? I'm feeling a surge of lack of better words, energy. I'm not sure it's the play of my magnetic field through like the electrical stuff happening in my body, my magnetic field with the trees, magnetic fields, or whatever's happening. All I know is it feels good, and it means I'm connected to my most highest timeline, and that I can just talk and say the right things every single time. Doesn't matter, because I'm fucking connected. And this is what Esther does. Esther Hicks does in front of her audience. She gets connected, gets that feeling that you almost want to go, Sometimes you don't even want to talk. You just want to be like, shut the fuck up so I can feel this. That's a turning point in your life when you want people to shut up because you're more focused on the sweet feeling that you got. You don't want to lose it. Right? I think that happened in one of Abraham's conversations once, where they got to a state where they didn't even want to talk anymore. Like, no, let's not everyone just shut the fuck up and let's just sit here and feel this. Because that's what's important. That's what's important. And I'm feeling it right now. Oh, God, am I feeling it. Excellent. So I do this every night. This is the first time I've kind of posted it online. And I've been doing this for a long time. And it's just now starting to become more prevalent, more thick. I like the word thick in my now. To right now, I'm proven to I can control it and conjure it. Maybe not when I'm walking and waking and working and doing my everyday life. Sometimes, though. And it's becoming more thick in those moments, too. So, But you get it now, beforehand, and you bask in it. I've been feeling good now for most of this reading. Reading, it's not a reading. Most of this, I watched too many tarot. Most of this recording, been feeling pretty good. That's a lot of my now moment. That's all I have. So now there's going to be so much more potential for now moments, other segments. Like say I'm at work, it's going to bleed through. This what I'm growing now. It's going to bleed through. I'll be at work, doing something, and boom, I'll feel this feeling that I'm feeling now. I'm like, yeah, welcome back, friend. I met you last night, and you said you would meet me here today. And then if you're good, now you focus and bask on it in that moment, and now you're growing it in that segment at work. And now you're off and running. Pretty soon, your whole now segment will be blissful. You'll be blissful. Maybe with little things just to make sure you're propelling. But it doesn't matter because your life will start to fall in certain ways. Things will start to happen differently. New circumstances, meeting different people. It's just fucking works. It just works. And so you look at all the people who haven't figured it out yet, and you have compassion, understanding, but you also don't give a shit about them either. Not in a rude way. In a way because you know what's going on. You know they are infinitely cherished and protected by the divine, as every iota of every imaginable thing is. So why would you need to give extra care to them? They are perfectly good on their own. And you want to do that for them. You don't want to pity people. Don't put them in a cage. Know that they are free. Know that they have the healed versions inside themselves. And this is how healers heal. They're not healing. They just know your true self from within because they found a back door to it from their own self. So they know you're well. They know there's whatever version of you that's well, infinite version of you that's better than where you are, they're already out there. They know it. So they look at you and you already feel better. You're around them and you already feel better. They lay their hands on you and you think they're a healer, then they're a healer. Your beliefs is going to make it so. They're not really healing. They're just bringing you for the moment up into your most current timeline. And then you leave them and you go fall right back into it and you think, oh, I need to go back to the doctor, or oh, I need to go back to the guru or the healer or the blah. But you boom, but you don't. You need to figure out how to do it on your own. Is what you got to figure out. That's what you got to figure out. And guess what? You're already figuring it out. Not knowing who you are and being trapped in this thing, it's part of the figuring it out. It's like earth initiation.